Welcome back to episode 2 of the City Break Guide. Today we are diving headfirst into Krakow, arguably Poland's absolute crown jewel for a European city break. What makes this place so incredibly special is its survival. Unlike many other major Polish cities, Krakow's historic centre escaped major destruction during World War II, meaning the medieval walls, winding alleyways, and grand architecture you see today are completely authentic. It is a city where deep, heavy history blends perfectly with a vibrant food scene and some of the best nightlife on the continent. So, if you're looking to book a trip to Krakow, strap in and enjoy this episode of the City Break Guide. To explore it all, we set up our base camp at the Hotel Great Polonia Conrad. Now, unlike places crammed right inside the noisy centre, this 4-star spot is tucked away in a quieter district in northern Krakow, making it a super peaceful retreat after a long day of walking. Getting into the historic centre is still incredibly easy, with a quick taxi ride or a hop on the local transit line. A standard double room here runs around 325 Polish zlotys a night, which breaks down to roughly £65, €75 or $87. After a quick ride from the hotel, we stepped straight into the heartbeat of the city, the main market square, or Rynek Główny. Built back in the 13th century, this is one of the largest medieval squares in Europe, and it genuinely feels like walking onto a living history set. You've got the towering Gothic spires of St Mary's Basilica on one corner, and the Renaissance cloth hall cutting right through the centre. Best of all, it costs absolutely nothing. Wandering the square, soaking in the energy, and listening to the trumpet call from the church tower is completely free, though you might want to budget a few coins for a coffee on the terrace, just to people watch. All that walking meant we built up a serious appetite, so we tracked down a local gem called pierogarnia to try the holy grail of Polish comfort food. First up, traditional pierogi. We got a massive plate of these handmade boiled dumplings, stuffed with savoury potato and cheese, topped with crispy fried onions. We also ordered Bigos, also known as hunter's stew. It's a rich, smoky, slow-simmered dish. It's the ultimate soul-warming fuel for a day of exploring. To digest all that heavy food, we decided to give our brains a workout at the House of Illusions, locally known as Krakiel. Spread across multiple floors, this place is packed with interactive optical illusions, vortex tunnels, and physics-defying setups. It's brilliant if you're travelling with friends or just want some surreal, gravity-defying photos for your feed, like the inverted room where you look like you're casually chilling on the ceiling. An adult ticket costs 59 Polish zlotys, which translates to about £11.80, €13.60, or $15.90. To end our day, we descended deep underground into Tawerna Wilczy, famously known as the Wolf Pit Tavern. If you are a fan of dark fantasy, The Witcher, or Game of Thrones, this place will absolutely blow your mind. It's a stone-walled medieval cavern, lit entirely by candles, decorated with iron shields, and chairs draped in heavy animal furs. Here is the insider trick. When you walk in, head to the counter and exchange your cash for their custom bar coins or ducats. Not only does it keep the historical illusion alive, but the tavern actually gives you much better value on the menu when you pay with their currency. We ordered a round of glowing potion cocktails, which cost about 30 Polish zlotys each. That is £6, €6, or $8.10, alongside a massive rustic meat platter for 42 Polish zlotys, which comes out to £8.40, €9 or $11. But the real highlight is hidden in the back. They have a dedicated, safe cage setup where you can live out your medieval warrior dreams. We spent the rest of the night doing archery and axe throwing under the watchful eye of the tavern keepers. There is nothing quite like the rush of embedding a solid iron hatchet right into the bullseye. With a tankard of ale in hand and an axe in the target, we are wrapping up an absolutely unforgettable first day in Krakow. This city completely subverted our expectations, bringing the perfect mix of deep medieval history and wild, unique evening adventures. It's day 2 of our city break, and today is a much more sombre but absolutely essential journey out to the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and Museum. Located about an hour and 15 minutes west of Krakow by bus or car, it is a site that commands absolute respect. Established by the Nazi regime during World War II, Auschwitz became the largest concentration and extermination camp in human history, where over 1.1 million men, women and children tragically lost their lives. Walking through the gates under the infamous sign and seeing the preserved barracks is an incredibly heavy, deeply moving experience. To visit, you need to book your entry passes online well in advance. A standard 3.5-hour guided tour with an official museum educator costs around £22, €26 or $30. It is a vital piece of world history that words can barely prepare you for. After heading back to Krakow and taking some time to process the afternoon, we looked for a great spot to eat and ended up at the Moo Steak and Burger Club, tucked just off the main market square. This place has a brilliant, warm atmosphere and serves up incredible premium cuts of meat. We started off the evening with their beautifully fresh beef carpaccio, which comes out to about £10, €12 or $14. For the main course, we went with one of their famous flame-grilled burgers, absolutely massive, loaded with toppings, and costing around £13, €15 or $18. It's an exceptional dinner spot if you're craving a top-tier meal after a long day of walking. With dinner finished, we went searching for a hidden spot for drinks and tracked down the Rumour cocktail bar. Tucked away near the old city walls, this place has an upscale, moody, speakeasy vibe that feels completely intimate. The mixologists here treat drink making like a high art form, crafting incredibly inventive cocktails right in front of you. A premium signature drink here averages about £9, €11 or $13. It is a phenomenal place to relax, chat, and sip something genuinely unique. To wrap up our second night, we wandered back toward the centre to find a legendary Krakow institution, Piwnica pod Baranami, or the Cellar Under the Rams. Tucked right into the main market square, this historic, brick-walled basement has been the beating heart of the city's counterculture, live jazz and literary cabaret since the 1950s. Descending those stone steps feels like walking right into a bohemian time capsule, filled with vintage posters and artistic energy. We grabbed a round of local drinks to toast to an unforgettable day. It was the perfect atmospheric ending to another incredible day in the city. It's day 3 and our final day in Krakow, and we started the morning by tracking down some iconic local street food. You absolutely cannot leave this city without trying an obwazenek. These are traditional, braided bread rings that are boiled and baked with salt, poppy seeds or sesame, sold from distinctive little blue carts all over town. They are dense, chewy, and cost next to nothing, just £1, €2 or $2. Next, we treated our sweet tooth to a pączki, which is a heavenly, ultra-rich Polish donut typically packed with wild rose hip jam and coated in sweet glaze. Tracking one down at a traditional local bakery will set you back only about £2, €2 or $3. It is the perfect cheap breakfast on the go. With our snacks in hand, we made the scenic walk up to Wawel Castle. Perched high up on a limestone hill, this grand defensive complex was the political and cultural heart of Poland for centuries. While you can buy separate tickets to see the royal chambers, it costs absolutely nothing to simply wander through the stunning open courtyards and fortified ramparts. We spent the late mornings soaking in the historic architecture and enjoying the spectacular panoramic views overlooking the winding Vistula River below. It's one of the best photography spots in the entire city, and taking in that view is completely free. To finish off our city break with an absolute bang, We headed down along the riverbank to experience the famous Krakow balloon ride. This is a massive tethered helium gondola that smoothly lifts you up to nearly 500 feet in the air. The 15-minute flight gives you a jaw-dropping bird's-eye look across the entire historic Old Town, the Castle Hill, and the surrounding countryside. A standard adult ticket rounds up to about £25, €29 or $34. Standing up there in the open breeze was the ultimate way to look back on everything we explored and say goodbye to this incredible city. Thank you so much for following along on our Krakow City Break Guide. If this helped you plan your next adventure, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more travel guides, and drop a comment below, letting us know which stop looked the best. We'll see you in the next city.